Hey everybody, and welcome to my N5 series on the SP404 Mark II, where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. This is session 9.7, and as I said, I wanted to spend some time today kind of going over, we've taken those patterns, I want to be able to kind of trigger these whenever I want, and I think the first thing that we need to do is, I probably don't want gate on for these, because otherwise I'm going to have to hold them down, and there's a problem is, I can kind of play them all together and just make a giant mess. So the first thing to do here, I suspect, is going to be turning a mute group on. I'll use J just because haven't used it at all. So I'm going to put all of these in mute group J, so that once one is playing, the next one will cut it off. If I'm out of time, I'm out of time, and that's too bad. That's my problem to deal with, but what that will mean is I can start, I think I want to do gate and loop on all these. So now I can do things like, oh wait, I don't want, maybe I do want gate on. Gotta think about this. Well, let's just do gate off. So I'm not gonna be able to kind of trigger or do double taps to get things started. That's fine. But what I can do is I can kind of cut between the two. If I double tap, I can stop the same pad twice. I can stop it. So what I was just doing, if you weren't following, was with gate off and loop on, when I tap the pad, it's going to start playing. And then when if I tap the same pad a second time, it will stop. Cool. If I tap a pad and then play a different pad, it will stop playing the previous pad and start playing the new pad. And that's because these are all in a mute group. So this is just a behavior for having gate off. What I had been thinking of doing, let's do this, is sometimes it could be fun to kind of tap it in, or even have, then you can kind of, if you have gate and loop on, you can kind of tap out that initial beat to kind of kick in, but then you have to hold the pad down. So you do like stuff like that, but then I have to keep holding this down, or when I'm ready to cut over, I have to do that. Now I can still come back and do that. It depends on what you want to do for playing style. Just to keep it simple, so I'm not trying to remember all this stuff right now, I've just set everything to gate off, loop on, and that'll allow me to kind of transition between the song. Now the reason why I'm kind of doing this as well is it allows me to kind of do stuff with, like, if I want a bus effect where I want a cut off to come in, or be able to work some of the knobs here while I'm playing, I can now do something where, you know, have the cutoff like pretty low with the super filter turned on. You know, I can kind of slowly bring this in, and then whenever I want to, I can just switch over to the other pad, bring some resonance up. If you're just kind of thinking about where you're going with the pads, I'm just going to turn this down for a second. So, you know, you're going to sometimes mess this up. It'll be out of time, but this can be kind of a fun way to just get a set of things moving that you can then slowly change the sound with just one filter, not worry about things bouncing around or other things. But, you know, you can even cut over to like the isolator. Again, like, this is just because I'm just doing this because we prepared all those patterns. We just recorded them out. Could I be doing this with the patterns? Yes, but the difference between doing this with patterns is that it won't transition over to the new pattern until it's finished playing the full length of the previous pattern. Whereas here, I could just cut this over as quick as I want, like this. you know, you probably wouldn't want to do this, but on the other hand, if you've got like different patterns going that you've recorded off, sometimes you get some pretty cool rhythmic sounds. So I'm not saying don't do it. You know, it's music, art, do whatever you like. But I just figured this would be a fun way to kind of show you guys how you could build up something where you have a set that you could kind of transition through. So just keep making music, have fun, peace.